Okay.
All right, what's up, everyone? So today I'm going to talk about unconditional forgiveness. And it has to do with a little bit about my DUI. It has to do with a little bit about Faithful Friday. It has a little bit to do with both. So since my 5 years of my DUI incident is coming up, since I've been struck by a drunk driver 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, September 18th makes 5 years. So I want to go live September 18th. I also got a video dropping on September 18th of the way I do my speeches. I also gonna go live to speak about it. Anybody got any questions? Tap in September 18th around 7 p.m. So I'll put that around 7 p.m. September 18th. I'll go live to speak about my DUI. Anybody got any questions? So the reason why I called it I can't pronounce it, unconditional forgiveness is because to fully rebuild, you have to have unconditional forgiveness. You can't fully rebuild without forgiving. And to forgive, you need to have love in yourself. You need to have faith in yourself. You need to have faith and love in God. Uh, so to forgive somebody doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like the person. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to trust this person or call this person over to kick it with them, or this person can still be dirty. If somebody does you wrong, somebody does you dirty, somebody just is a dirty, grimy type of person. You can forgive them, but it doesn't mean you have to trust them. You can forgive them, doesn't mean you have to like them. But without forgiving them, and what I mean by forgiving them, I mean self-forgiving, meaning you have to forgive them for yourself, not for them. They may not never ask for forgiveness. Okay, that's fine, that's cool. But forgive them for yourself. This way, they don't hold a piece of your heart. Meaning, you may not give a damn about this person, but if you can't forgive them, they hold that little part in your heart that makes you dislike them. They hold that little part in your mind. They hold that little bit control in you to where you can't forgive them. So, like in my case, for example, when I got hit by this DUI driver, this person never apologized to me. And this person did give a fake apology. And I know it was fake because the very next day after this apology, and it wasn't directly to me, but the apology wasn't directly to me. But the very next day after this apology, this person had a Zoom meeting and it was posted and contradicted everything that this person had put in this letter. Meaning, this person straight up down me and my family after just giving a fake apology the day before. Which honestly, quite frankly, I really don't give a damn because for one, I already accepted the way I am. I accepted that from the jump. For two, I already forgave this person. Fortunately, not everybody can forgive this person, but I have. And so I moved on. And, people ask me all the time, how can you sit there and keep reliving it? It's not that I'm reliving it. It's that I accepted it. I've forgiven this person so I can speak about it. And the reason why I speak about it to help others, not, anybody that out there and drives under influence, to pretty much have them open their eyes. This way, nobody else falls to a DUI driver. And, for me, I've forgiven this person. I've forgiven this person. So this person has no place in my heart. This person has no control over my mind, my thoughts at all whatsoever. Why? Because I self-forgave him. I didn't forgive this person for this person. I forgave that person for myself. This way I can move on. I can move forward. And I can freely talk about whatever I want to talk about when it comes down to situations of drinking and driving. Because, it's crazy because after my incident, I've been learning a lot about faith. And so much about it explains a lot. Explains a lot about me growing up. Explains a lot of situations. Explains, just opens my eyes to a lot. So one thing, people got to realize when something bad, something tragic happens, is what's the cause of it? What is it? Look further than the actual tragedy. Look further, why did this happen? There's some that has to happen positive out of every tragedy. And in my case, what's happening positive, I taught myself how to DJ. Uh, I'm trying to raise awareness of driving under the influence. And I've learned a lot about God, about spirituality. I can't even pronounce it because my jaw sits sideways now. But I learned a lot about spirituality. I can't say it, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. So that's self forgiveness. Even though, say for example, somebody they just say, I'm going to give something just out of the ordinary. Say somebody stole your car, threw you out of the car, stole your car, and yeah, you could be mad at that person, but even though this person may still be doing dirty things out there, even though this person may still be doing grimy things out there, forgive that person. Don't forgive that person for them, even though you may not even ever tell them that you forgive that person. Forgive them for yourself. This way you can move on. This way, I mean, yeah, you can move on even without forgiving them, but you're not going to fully move on because that person's still going to hold a little bit control of you when it comes down to you seeing this person. This way you fully can forgive this person, then you see this person out there in the streets or in the store or sometimes, okay, whatever. So this way you can fully move on, you can fully rebuild. This way you can fully have unconditional forgiveness. Same thing as unconditional love. You can fully have unconditional forgiveness because you got to forgive people not for them, but for yourself. And one thing you cannot do, I know the Bible says forgive and forget, but I can see forgiving, but something you cannot do is forget. That's basically impossible to do unless it's something minor. If it's something minor, somebody stole $1 from you. Oh, yeah, that's nothing. You can forget later on. It ain't no big deal. But it's something like in my case where it caused me to be blind, one leg. How am I supposed to forget that? Multiple surgeries to come. Still suffer from seizures now. But regardless of all of this situation, I forgave this person. I truly forgave this person. Now, I still I wish I could speak with this person one day, like at one of my events, and doing something positive with this person. But honestly, to be quite frankly, I don't see it ever happening because, unfortunately, where this person is at, I still know people that's around this person, and a lot of things this person is saying. But regardless of all that, I had to pretty much tell these people that surround this person, I don't want to hear nothing unless this person's doing positive. And other than that, I don't want to hear nothing else. If this person is doing something cool, something positive for this person's self, then all right, cool. Because I don't want to hear negativity. There's too much of that here on earth, period. I got too much of that around me. I got too much negativity that happened to me, which I'm turning into a positive. So self-forgiveness, unconditional forgiveness, self-forgiveness, forgive people for yourself. Don't forgive them for them. Even if they don't want your forgiveness, you don't have to give them your forgiveness, but forgive them for yourself. That's what I mean by unconditional forgiveness. That's what I mean by self-forgiveness, because you can't fully rebuild if somebody still holds that power over you. And you can sit there and say, yeah, they don't hold no power over me, but you know what? Forget that person. If you ain't fully forgive them, then they anger you when you think about that person. So yeah, they do hold that little bit of power over you, whether you want to admit it or not. And to move on, you got to fully forgive a person. To move on, and fully forgiving a person has a lot to do with faith. You got to have faith in yourself. You got to have, you got to have love in yourself, because if you can't do that, you can't forgive. And that is the truth. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to forgive. And it's not because they don't have faith in themselves. It's because they can't find it deep within themselves to forgive. And not being able to forgive, you can't rebuild fully. Not being able to forgive, you can't move on without that person having power over you. So make sure you find it in yourself to forgive somebody, no matter how bad they did wrong to you. I'll forgive that person. As a matter of fact, I want to speak about something. I wasn't in it right here, but I want to speak about something. So, very close people, very, very close people. Um, how can I put this out there without putting it out there? So, many years ago, one of my family members, one of their parents, winded up getting killed from an outsider, I guess you can say, and right in front of them when they were kids. And many, many, many years later, just recently, uh, this person, went up for went up for, how do you say that? To see if this person is fighting their case, obviously, and they went up to get a chance to go, and they found it within themselves to go and tell them, you know what, let him free. We forgive him. We forgive this person. Let this person free. Doesn't mean they're going to go talk to this person and kick back and have a drink with them. Far from that. But they forgave him. And you know what? Honestly, that's a hard one. That's real big of them. But in the same time, they found God. And that's how they were able to forgive this person. Now, I'm not saying that they love this person and they're going to kick it with this person, but they forgave them within themselves. They forgave this person because they found it within themselves. So you don't have to be best friends with somebody, and to accept something doesn't mean defeat. To accept something just means you are a bigger person to accept something. To accept something, I was, told, what, you're pretty much for someone to accept the situation, just like serenity prayer, accept what you cannot change, but give me the courage to change the things I can. Accepting something doesn't mean you're defeated. It means you accepted it. Like in my case, hey, I didn't let this defeat me. I accepted it because I can't change it. I can't turn around and say, you know what, like an old TV, hit the side of it and get my eyesight back. But I accepted being blind. I accepted that I don't have a leg. I accepted I got multiple surgeries to go, and so much things I'm going through. I accepted it. I accepted it for I can move forward. I accepted it for I can move on to the next stage of my life. That's why I'm able to talk about it. That's why I'm able to try and raise awareness of driving under the influence. And that's why I'm able to forgive. Being able to accept something, just being able to forgive. So I want to go ahead and end that there, you guys. So make sure you guys to tell your loved ones you love them before you leave your house, because you're not guaranteed to make it home. Be a blessing. Stay blessed. I'm out, you guys.